So, we're at Ross Hammock Ranch here in Florida, and we're with H, who is probably the world's greatest Osceola turkey hunter. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I'll go with it.
Yeah, okay. So you've hunted with all the greats. You've hunted with Bill Jordan, Lee and Tiffany, Bone Collectors, and now Team Wild. How do you feel?
I feel very privileged. I mean, you compare yourself to those. What can you
crikey,
say?
no. We are literally the bottom end of the pile. You know, in that like manky box of apples, we are the mouldy stuff at the bottom. So I'm sorry about that.
No problem.
So this is really exciting. Osceola are like the holy grail of the turkey hunter, isn't that right?
That's right.
But they're really easy to hunt, right?
I don't know who told you that, but they're mistaken.
Yeah.
I would say they're the hardest, in my opinion.
Okay. So what makes them different from, say, a Merriam's or a Rio or an Eastern?
Well, they're a smaller species of bird. They're not as big as the Easterns and the Rios and the Merriams. And, you know, only the half of the state, 3/4 of the state of Florida have Osceolas. You know, the other states, you know, aren't like that. You know, the Easterns in several of the states, same with Merriams and the Rios.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just, to me, they just seem to be a sharper bird. You know, I've been fortunate to get to hunt the Merriams and the Easterns, and I would put the Osceolas a step ahead of them.
Okay, well, we're going to wait and see. Now, you've got me a slate call in there. Mm. So what should I really do in terms of calling to bring these birds in? You say that they're kind of henned up as a description you used earlier on.
That's what we like to use down here is they're henned up. That means right now it's early in the mating season, and the hens are right now, they're just now getting into where they're mating. We tend to use, you know, a little bit of purrs and some clucks, maybe some soft yelps, you know, not too often, you know, just to let them know you're here. We're sitting on a food plot this afternoon, and, you know, they like to come in here and eat on some of this chufa that we have planted. Yeah, and I don't mean to tell you guys your business, because, I mean, I know you hunted enough too, but, you know, with the turkeys, you know, don't go opening this thing up a ton. You know,
I don't think we'll open it up at all. Okay,
well, I'm saying just open it up just what you need to get your footage or whatnot, because I'm telling you, these Osceolas will pick you apart.
Okay. So we're in the blind. H has got us set up. He's given me my call. Well, actually, his call is friction call, which is actually a slate. He showed me exactly how we need to be using it. A little bit of purring, some gentle clucking every 15 minutes to half an hour. Food plot's right in front of us, plenty of space here in the blind. Daniel's got a great view over the centre of the food plot there, which is hopefully where we're going to have our kill zone. This is incredibly exciting. Well, let's hope that Tony Hansen was right when he showed me how to use this friction call. He should be. He's pretty handsome. So there we have 4 hen birds. Now, they've headed off down the track there. They caught us a little bit by surprise. There was 2 came just in front of us, around the side of the blind, and at one stage there was 2 stood eyeballing me between this mesh, less than a yard away, and I'm not getting it literally that close. But as you can see, they were hen birds, no beards, and they've headed off to the hills. So the great thing is, at least we've seen some turkey. We've just not seen the tom that we're looking for now. By rights, there should be a tom around here somewhere. Did they just fly in? I think so. We're not going to see any turkeys while they're sat there. And so there he is. That's my first ever Osceola turkey, and we've been sat here for I think nearly 6 hours waiting for this opportunity. We've had a bunch of doves kicking around in front of us. Those buzzardy looking birds I couldn't even see until very recently. It looks like the hens that kind of walked past us before, there's a small group of hens that walked past us before, didn't stop, kind of clucked around and headed up behind us. And they came back in. The shadows are growing long now. It's around 6 o'clock in the afternoon. The air's starting to get a little bit of a chill on it, and the birds are going to start to feed now before they go into roost. So a few hen birds came across just on the right hand side, nice and steady, and lo and behold, as you'd expect, the big boy comes in, puffs himself out, starts to drum, and you can hear him vibrating against the ground and beating his wings. A magnificent sight. Now he's heading over across to the other side where those females were, and they're about 60 yards away. We know that this Remington 870 is good, up to 40 yards, he said, and as you can see, he is sitting, I'd say probably about 35 yards from where we are now, straight down, perfect headshot, perfect neck shot, but what an incredible feeling after all this time just sat there waiting patiently. Guys, it always pays off, and once again, incredibly exciting. So there we have it, my first Osceola Tom. Now he's got it's not a massively impressive beard, but still, you know, pretty. Oh, you can see plenty in the head smashed to pieces. Top of his skull, as you can see, hit him right at the back of the head here, maybe a little higher than I was aiming. It's difficult to aim because he was strutting, he was all puffed out, and his head was just sitting at the top of all of his plumes. So when I shot him, I was aiming for just around his kind of chin area, and as you can see, it's hit the top of its head, all the way down the neck. There's plenty of pellets in there, front of the neck, back of the neck. In fact, I think that's probably not as tight as they thought it was in terms of its choke. But once again, what a beautiful bird. Let me just put this shotgun down there. Flip him around here. As you can see, beautiful fan, absolutely stunning looking bird. Now, as he said, it's a little bit smaller than the turkey, the eastern turkey that I shot in Georgia last year, but still, he's a breathtaking bird. You can see here, he was strutting over here.
Oh, you got him strutting?
Oh yeah. Well, you want to see the footage he's got, man.
I was watching him on the big screen.